Hey everybody, I wanted to talk to you real quick about something, and this is really a lot of for, I guess, parents in general, whether you're a homeschool parent or not. But obviously, we've been homeschooling our children now since the very beginning. Our kids have never gone to public school. We made the choice many years ago to homeschool our children for various different reasons, some of which I've gone into on this channel. And the reason I wanted to share this video is because today was like a big moment for me when it came to my oldest daughter. My oldest daughter absolutely hated reading. And when I say hated reading, like she would fight me tooth and nail when it came to reading for schoolwork. Any kind of reading, it didn't matter. And it's not that she wasn't necessarily good at it. It definitely did take a fair amount of work and effort on my part to figure out the best way to teach her words, and whether it was sight words or phonics or whatever, whatever worked best for her. It took some figuring out, and I will say honestly, things didn't really start clicking for her until she probably turned about 7 years old. But today we were actually driving around the car, and she has this nature book. It's literally just a book filled with different facts about different animals, and she's reading about snakes, and I'm listening to her reading, and she's 9. And she's not reading chapter books or anything like that yet, and I'm fine with that. But she was reading this book about all this information about snakes, and not all the words were easy. This is not like a children's book thing. It's literally like an informative, like encyclopedia type book. And she's reading a lot of these words, and I'm just sitting there listening to her, as we're driving. Well, technically I'm driving. I'm driving and I'm listening to her reading, and I am just so happy, you guys. Like, it's taken forever to get to this point where she actually even wants to read for fun. And it was such an exciting moment for me, because it was one of those moments where it's like, finally, finally, all the hard work, all the tears, all, like the crying on my part of like, feeling like I failed my daughter and everything else. And now I will say she's always progressed. Like, she's never been stuck where she hasn't been able to figure stuff out. So she's always progressed with her reading. It just necessarily hasn't been at the same speed at which other kids have progressed, even her friends her age. And again, that's okay. That's her. That's, her thing and everything else. And we've been working on progressively. But I want to tell you the thing that actually really made the big change for her is when we moved to Oklahoma, the local library had this program where if you read for so many hours, you like submitted it online and you got like this little badge. It was an online badge, and it was kind of funny when my daughter realized it was online badges and not like badges or stickers that she got when she went to the library. She actually got really annoyed and stopped reading. So I ended up creating my own, basically the same kind of program here at home. And I have a calendar that's on my refrigerator, and it's for my middle daughter and my oldest daughter, where if they read 20 days out of the month, they get like a $3 prize. And if they read the entire month, they get a $6 prize. And we've lived in Oklahoma for a little over a year now. And I wanted to say that I started up the reading, like our family reading program, maybe around August, September, maybe or so, September or October of last year. And my oldest daughter has basically read every single day, because she's bound and determined. She wants to put that sticker on that calendar to say that she read today and everything else. And I kid you not, she's probably read every single day for almost a year now. And now she actually really enjoys it. Like, and she can pick whatever she wants to read. Like, she's not really yet at chapter book level, and I'm not forcing her to read chapter books. So, I'm making sure she's not reading way below her level, because there's times where she's like, I'm gonna read like That Cat Can Run. I'm like, kiddo, you can read way past that. Like, we're not doing that. But I'm not, if there's some days where she does need easier reading because she is tired or whatever, then she can. And I don't force her to read every day. That is a choice she's made for herself, that she wants to read every day. That is a goal that she has set for herself. And it makes me really happy to see her. Like today, we're driving around in the car, and she's reading about garter snakes and bull snakes and hognose snakes and all sorts of different snakes. I was learning a lot about information, actually. King snakes. Like, she was reading about all these different snakes, and she was learning all on her own. And it was so exciting to see because she was smiling and happy. And that was her reading for the day. I didn't make her read any other books when we came home or whatever. That was her reading for the day. And her little sister actually was in the back reading some books that were more her level, which is like kindergarten, first grade level. And they were both having fun with it. And they both like really cheer each other on too, because it's like, yay, we both read today. We both get to put a sticker on the calendar, and it makes them happy. And I'm so happy that I figured out finally how to encourage, incentivize whatever my children to read, and even finding out like what, not even necessarily like, because I'm not one of those big people into like giving prizes for, doing stuff you're supposed to be doing. But at the same time, it gives my children a goal to work towards. And sometimes, like with my oldest daughter who hated reading, like learning to read in and of itself wasn't a goal of hers. She didn't really want to do it. So having something else that was a goal for her to reach and attain made her start reading. And now she actually says language arts and reading is her favorite subject, which before it was math. So that's a huge thing for me. And so I just wanted to share that especially for any parents who are struggling with their children reading. And I know there are different like learning disabilities and things like that, dyslexia and whatnot, that can absolutely affect a child's ability to read. But again, that's the beauty of us as parents, being able to figure out what works best for our children. And for my children, it was a simple little like $5 reading chart off Amazon with stickers. And that is what incentivized them to be able to read. And now both my girls are reading at their level, or even like my middle daughter, she's starting to read somewhat above her level. And so like grade level. But it was just a really exciting moment. So I wanted to share that with you guys. For any parents who are dealing with children who are struggling with reading, don't give up. Keep working with your children. Keep trying to find ways that will encourage them to read and help them find the beauty in reading and the fun in reading. Because now my daughter has like this whole new world. My oldest daughter has this whole new world open to her, where now if she wants to learn about snakes, she can. If she wants to learn about butterflies, she can. Like, she's able to read these things that I may not always have the time to read to her. And now she's able to do it herself, and she's loving it. And so it's just a really awesome moment today that I wanted to share with y'all. If you do have any questions about homeschooling or homeschooling and reading and whatnot, please drop them in the comments below. I'll be happy to answer them. And please remember to like and subscribe. Hope you all have a great day. Bye.